This is 1,000 lek, or about $10 American. Today my goal is to survive an entire day here in Durrës, Albania. The only rules are I have to get breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and entertainment in between. Let's go for it. So the first thing that we gotta go do is go get some coffee. Can't start a day without coffee. So I have a bit of a game plan for today. I've been here a couple of weeks, so it's kind of, I've scouted out some spots and some different types of food and whatnot that I can eat. Gearing up for the day here is always cheap and easy. Just about everywhere you go, you can get a coffee for about 70 lek, and specialty coffees range from about 70 to 150 lek. We grabbed our coffee on a spot on the beach, gearing up for our day. After hanging out for about half an hour, we paid our 70 lek and headed out. So we just finished our coffee, we're gonna go find our breakfast. For the first little activity that we can do that is completely free is hang out on the beach. I mean, one of the great things about Albania is got tons of coastline, tons of beach, and totally free. It costs me absolutely nothing to come down here, but if I did have a little bit more money to spend, I think what I'd do is basically just have a picnic, because you can go to a market and get tons of fruit, vegetables, meats, cheeses, olives, all that kind of stuff for very, very cheap, like extremely cheap. You can just go for a walk, which is basically just what we're doing. Tons of people walk the beach, especially after dinner. Like, it's a very common Albanian thing. There's like a word for it essentially, that, you know, after dinner you go out, you go for a walk, and you basically meet up with your neighbors and catch up on gossip and just chat and just go and relax basically by going for a walk. It's a very, very common thing to do. One of the great things about the beach is there's tons of little vendors and whatnot where you can buy all kinds of stuff, kind of do a little bit of shopping if you were really into that stuff. But for us, it's basically just a walk today because we gotta really keep the money down. So we're on the main street of Rruga Pavarisia. It's where we've been staying since arriving in Albania, and what we're looking for here is a burek. It's a very, very popular snack here. You could call it a lunch, you could call it a breakfast, you could probably call it a dinner if you were willing to eat a little bit light, but usually they're between about 80 and 120 lek, and they're filled with meat and spinach or something of the sort, and really, really cheap option. The other thing about bureks is that you can find them pretty much anywhere, and they kind of have a bit of a unique flavor no matter who you go to. Like, each one's a little bit different depending on how they make it. We found a burek for 120 lek, and man, was it ever fresh. Got ourselves a burek here. I had to get one for 120 because it was filled with meat, and I think the meat ones are a bit of a better deal. They just kind of fill you a little bit more. So spinach was 100, so I think it's a good deal, but holy jeez, it's so hot I can't even eat it. I have to wait a minute. It is fantastic, but it is boiling hot.
The other one called the arrow, so if you cut this one fresh.
Yeah, that's true. Definitely the best one we've had so far. So worth the extra 20 lek or so. You always get what you pay for. See, some of them are a little bit more fluffy. This one's a little bit flatter, which kind of just depends on your taste. I like the fluffy ones better, but they have a lot less meat in them. So for our breakfast, it's a pretty good deal. Yeah, so not only can you get meat, but you can also get like spinach, cheese, sausage. It kind of depends on where you go. It's not a one size fits all. Like, every single one is different. Every time we've had one, like, it not only tastes different, but like kind of like the bread's a little bit different, the meat's different, the seasoning's a little different. Like, it's not a perfect meal. We finished up our food before heading downtown. The bus is only 40 lek, which is absolutely amazing to get anywhere in the city. Well, it just took like a 15-minute bus ride, and it was only about 40 lek, which is a really, really good deal. So right now we're just heading to the amphitheater, the old Roman amphitheater. You can check it out totally for free. So behind me is the old Roman amphitheater here. It's like over 2,000 years old. You can pay to go in, but I'm not really even sure it's worth the money. It's about €3 to get in, which is like, oh god, like probably, well, it's probably about 300 lek as well. It's pretty similar in terms of pricing, but it's not worth it. You can see pretty much the whole thing here behind me. You can just walk around it, check it out, like get kind of like a little free history tour. You can only walk around the outside of it, but like, what do you need to walk in there for? Like, and you get this for free. And that seems to be a lot of stuff in Albania. Like, there's just a lot of free activities, or even if you do want to walk in somewhere like that, it's like, even then, 300 is not that bad. Like, there's a lot of things that you could be doing here that just really aren't that expensive. To give you the example of how cheap it really is here, is it costs us about $20 a night, give or take. But $20, you can easily have fun for 10 bucks a day. And if we were in Tirana, I'm sure we could have even more fun there for even less money. It doesn't take too long to get me hungry again, so I headed back over to the bus station to grab a sausage that I scoped out earlier. So we got ourselves here a sausage on a bun, got some ketchup on it, some peppers on it. I think it's about 100 lek, so it's like $1. It's so cheap, and it's like, you know, traditional kind of sausage. Really good. The one thing that I forgot to buy was a drink, but I'm kind of too cheap, so I'm not gonna actually buy one, but it's got some hot peppers on it, which makes it a little spicy. I'm good with spice, but you know, sometimes by the time you're done, you just want something to drink, but I'm not buying one. I'm keeping it as cheap as I possibly can. I'll probably buy a bottle of water at some point or another. We planned on going for a walk on the boardwalk and playing some cheap carnival games that we seen earlier, but unfortunately, our plans changed quite quickly. So, as you can see by the umbrella, we've been a little bit rained out here. We were just hanging out this afternoon. Oh, there's some thunder. So, we're going to get some dinner now. We ended up actually just hanging out in a pub. This ended up being a costly weather event at a whopping 300 lek for a beer. So
this is probably the rainiest day so far.
Yeah, this is
for sure.
This is definitely the rainiest day we've had so far. Because of our costly afternoon, we had to settle for a donair instead of something a little bit more exciting. So yet another deal for dinner, 220 lek for a donair, and it's just absolutely stuffed. It's just like, oh, the best french fries and that. They shove it with french fries full of meat. It's a great deal you can get for dinner. 220 lek, like we're still not even close to our $10 budget, and we had breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So we're doing a really good job here. We'll give it a try here. It's really good. I decided to take the fries off because they're just really well done fries, so I can just have them on their own, and it's almost like makes it a full meal. Out of all the donairs we've got so far, like, I'd have to say this is like the best deal actually. You know, we kind of got screwed on the burek. That was a little bit more money than usual. This, on the other hand, it's a good deal. So we just spent another 40 lek to get back near home here. It's raining, of course, Jessica and I's luck, but unfortunately I couldn't really even film our bus ride. But I have to make a point in this video, is that there was a man on the bus who had a few mental health issues, couldn't pay for the bus, and yet the bus driver and the guy who takes your money was taking care of him and didn't care about him not paying or making a bit of a ruckus on the bus, and took him in and just kind of had him sit at the front of the bus and hang out with the bus driver. And this has to be one of the most caring cultures. I know this video isn't about caring or anything, but it is about money, and here, if you don't have money, people will take care of you. It's actually one of the most caring cultures I've ever seen, and I kind of need to make the point in this video. So we still have a little bit of money left, about 110 lek, so we have one more stop to make, have a bit of a nightcap, and it'll be a little traditional. Got a shot of raki for 70 lek. It's a great deal. I mean, this will cap off the night really well. Don't smell it. That's strong. Well, I'm about halfway through my glass here, and I am struggling. It is strong. I kind of thought I was just gonna have a shot I'd have to deal with and be done with it. It's rough to get down. But it's a very traditional drink, made out of like plums and like some grapes and whatnot, some variety of different fruits. It's kind of like if you've ever had like Slivovica. It's like that, like similar to the Croatian, brandy. It's very strong. If this isn't worth a like, I mean, I don't know what to do to get a like out of you guys, or subscribe if you haven't been here before. I don't know what to do. Well, that's quite the way to end a day. I mean, very strong, but I'll sleep like a baby tonight. Either way, we still come in under our total of 1,000 lek. Well, guys, that's it for the day. We ended up spending a total of about 960 lek, about $9.60. If you guys enjoyed the video, consider subscribing, liking. Until next time, we'll see you.